It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Chargers and the reigning AFC champs on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Brooklyn Barons. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Brooklyn ball club. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they come into this one after a loss in the opener, and they're in for another tough test here.
And what a battle for an organization to look at your schedule and see 2 road games to start the season and not have a letdown immediately. If you got to fight against that, they've got to come out ready to play.
Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
They started on the ground with Eckler. The numbers for him from a week ago: 14 carries, 69 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt, they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
To throw on second down, Clinton finding his target. It's Trey McBride. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Looking to throw. Clinton. And his throw here is incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Clinton. He rifles one that's intercepted. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, a turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And he fires one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Wilson. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson. Holmes has got it complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Clinton, he'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a 1st down.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left, and he'll just get rid of it. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Clinton. And it'll be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Play action. It's Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. To throw on 3rd down, Clinton. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing to start the drive. Clinton on the screen. This is Eckler. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. Clinton. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Clinton. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. There he goes, right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
First down, Chargers.
On first down, Clinton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On 1st and 10, Clinton. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Draw play. It's Eckler. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Eckler now between the tackles. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he stopped immediately there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Clinton. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Clinton. Got a man. It's McBride complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll get this down only to the 18. To throw on 3rd down, Clinton. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Well,
in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Now Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Running on first down, Eckler. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. From the gun on 3rd down, Clinton. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Clinton Williams gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. Right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On is Jake Bailey to send this one away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. On third down, here's Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 54 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on third down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. It's Eckler again. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Eckler, they run left side. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's got it to Williams. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Clinton finding Williams once more, complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Up the middle with Eckler. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll go down at the 28. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Throwing on first down, Clinton. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. On the give, this is Eckler. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Clinton. And Walker has it. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. The opportunity was there for them to take the lead with a field goal and get 3. Instead, they want a little more.
Sometimes being a little greedy is not a bad thing, right? I mean, don't just take what they're going to give you or what's evident. Go try and get more. And yes, there's a little bit of a risk to it, but boy, they made it pay off in a big way.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Going up the gut, Montgomery. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 6 from the 10. A handoff, it's Eckler. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Operating from the gun, Clinton. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Chargers have taken the lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
It worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 25-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, and he's got the hook up to Moore. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Up the middle, Jones. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd.
They'll run. This is Holmes. Ooh, the juke. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 16 yards, a 1st down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Two 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. A run now with Holmes. Oh, nice move. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Running right, Jones. Gets past one man. And a solid run down inside the 30.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. It's So pick up a 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Holmes. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Flush to his right. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
It was starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
They'll run with Holmes. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And it's caught. Touchdown. Garrett Wilson from 17 yards out. And the Barons are an extra point away now from moving out in front. On this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will give him the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. We've got a little more than a minute to go, and I think the offense is saying, hey, all we need here, a field goal, and we can take the lead into intermission.
Well, I think that's what the goal should be. Give your kicker a chance to give you those 3 points. But in the meantime, if someone falls asleep on the defensive side, you might take advantage of that and get a big shot downfield, too.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. It's complete to Williams. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To throw on 2nd down, Clinton able to get this one to McBride. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. They'll look to throw again. That's caught, and it's Eckler again. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, where it was the Browns who were winners in that one at home. Cortland Sutton, big numbers, 4 touchdown catches. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Detroit Lions. Tyrion Davis-Price, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. And then one more to highlight. Monday Night Football. As folks, you'll see a good one between the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Chargers. And their passing game has been the reason why they lead thus far. They've had great success moving the ball through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, on the other side, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
And a nice job there skipping away from the one tackle and ends up getting 5 yards out of that. Second down. On the carry, it's Holmes. And 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go. Wilson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not easy to hold on to. And they bring their punter out there now as he's on to kick it away. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here are the Chargers to take over. They've got the lead here, trying to make amends for that loss last week against the Denver Broncos. They start this drive now, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Clinton. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best, and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
On the ground, it's Eckler. Down inside the 40. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun. Clinton looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Back to throw. Clinton. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And that will keep this a 2-point game.
Well, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see him set up on the other side of midfield. I brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence offense and a kicker to try and hit from 61 yards, and this one winds up no good.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Again, it's Jones. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Here's Wilson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 41. And that's now a half dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Because CD, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games, or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to address it again.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Clinton. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Clinton. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's complete to McBride. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Goes right back to McBride. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Off the play fake. Clinton. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Back to throw again. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off play action. Clinton. This is swung out to Eckler. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. From the gun on 3rd down, Clinton. And this one is incomplete. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will push the lead up to 5. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Well, there were about 70,000 that were quickly calling for that flag. It comes out there for pass interference.
And what do you think, partner? A little sarcasm in that cheering from this crowd here tonight. What they're hoping now is to build a little momentum off of it and give them a more genuine reason to cheer down the road.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. He finds his man. Complete. It's Wilson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. An inside give to Jones. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. A nice play design there with a touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That good for 22 and a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Forced out to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Touchdown! Austin Hooper from 6 yards away. And the Barons have retaken a 3rd quarter lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Robert Saleh wanted to take chances. His guys will go for 2 here. They're going to run for it with Jones. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The offense heading back out as we take a closer look at Austin Eckler. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground, because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And some room to maneuver. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 122 yards rushing now for the ball game on 24 carries. The yardage numbers for him just keep piling up for his career. He's now toppled, Charles, the 11,000-yard mark.
And just think about that. For most NFL running backs in their career, it feels like if they get to 1,000 yards, they've had a nice little run. He's over 11,000 yards, probably beyond his wildest dreams.
On first down, Clinton got his man complete over the middle. That's Franklin. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Off the play fake, Clinton out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Once more, here's Eckler. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. To throw on 3rd down, Clinton. Over the middle, complete. It's Franklin. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to make it 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Eluding the and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs, None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So possession goes over here on the punt. L.A. readies for its next possession. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. On 1st and 10, Clinton. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Rhodes. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Looking to throw. Clinton. Over the middle, complete. That's Williams. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Complete to Mike Williams. A gain of 12. 1st down, Los Angeles.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Draw play, it's Eckler, and very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Clinton. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. John Franklin Myers just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This is taken in by McBride. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Eckler now between the tackles. And room there to work it inside the 25. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen.
Ball start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Up the middle with Eckler. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Clinton. He finds his man. Complete. It's Rhodes. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the the situation. Kick the field goal.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And his kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second.
They'll go again to Jones. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
A 5-yard gain on the play.
Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 86 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Up the middle, Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
A run now with Holmes. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. An effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try again with Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. Here's Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Ronald Jones, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Barons put together a fourth-quarter drive to take the lead. This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it. We got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So the Chargers now down by 4, and time, a huge factor. They'll have one play here just north of the 2-minute warning. Throwing to start the drive. Clinton. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. And that's caught by Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Chargers hustling, trying to get up and get set. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the home team here, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Arizona Cardinals next week. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.